Oh, goodness. I do hope that the play goes as planned. Just remember to breathe and push from the stomach up. Yes? Now, hurry to the pagoda overlooking the district. Just follow the road and look for the crowd. Oh, I'm so nervous.
Excuse me, you're in my way, and I'm trying to keep an eye out for our replacement actor. You? You're the replacement? Well, why aren't you in costume? If you're going to be playing Lady 14 Flowers, you'll need your dress! There's no time for you to run back and get yours. I'm sure we can find one to fit in the back, though most of our performers are less broad. Did they give you a copy of the script when they sent you over here? Damn your guild's myopic planning. Luckily for you, I expect the worst from them and pulled a copy from the back. Advised. So even if you're familiar with the old version, read it again for the changes before you head on stage. Well, a southern noble funded the location and travel for us, but wanted to make a few tweaks. We couldn't afford to miss the exposure. Our writer wasn't that happy, but we accepted the revisions, and here we are. I'm sure your Actors Guild told you that we have standard rates. We'll happily pay you the going rate for a lead, especially since this is short notice. And you get nothing, just like normal. Understand? Just get at least half the lines correct, and the crowd will figure out what's happening. Any less than that, and it becomes one of those obscure plays no one likes. Now, read the script over. Come talk to me when you've got it, and we'll get you into final costume and onto the stage. Script. Do you feel one with... That's the spirit. Let's get you into the back and costumed up, Lady 14 Flowers.
Watch closely. We shall see if the informant was accurate.
Imagine condemning the Jade Empire at its heart. The fools.
All of heaven's blessings guide him, but sagacious Tien has been absent from the palace for such a time. His conquests of the northern kingdoms have kept his light from us. All the scattered kingdoms have seen the light of his rule, and our emperor's advisors grow in number. The arable lands to the south, all the way to the useless jungles, which were left as nothing for the Monkey King, are fused into the mighty Jade Empire. To the east, sagacious Tien has his light to the very waters themselves. And to the west, he found enlightenment among the hills of the 6 holy scrolls. But what word from the wastes of the Horse Lords? Aha! What is this? Why, 'tis Lady 14 Flowers. We can only hope she brings word. My dearest Lady 14 Flowers, under what banner does your entourage travel today? Peace in the north? Could this be? Have all the Horse Lords been subjugated so easily? Heaven smiles upon the Empire today. Your arrival here is certainly welcome, as your kingdom is one of the most recent to join the Jade Empire. We have had word that the hostilities have ceased. Tell me, most gracious lady, when was this momentous decision reached? Of course, for the Flower Guardians seek always to cloud the Emperor's thoughts. But our most exalted Emperor saw through them, I'm sure. We can only hope that the Emperors of the future will know better than to trust flowers plucked by the hand of death itself. And tell me, most gracious madam, when the final blow was struck, where was our noble leader? Deep in the wastes of the north? Surely you mean the far edge. The Horse Lord camps broken behind him. There's been nothing but the gentle drafts of spring here in the Imperial City for weeks. With such a chill in the air, was this some time ago? Ah, yes. For while things can seem warm, ice can lock away all that warmth from the people's hearts. And the sun becomes locked away where none can see its warming face. It seems to me that some part of your story remains untold. Do my questions block the truth? Tell me this, if nothing else, good lady. When the cry for peace rose up, who was it that our great emperor turned to? The heavens had turned to him? These words, are they riddles? Wait, what word is this from the front? The Emperor sends word of his return. The Horse Lords are unconquered, but our forces were undefeatable. What happened to cease the expansion of the Empire, dear lady? A celestial event, most auspicious. And so, our most noble Emperor saw a sign from the heavens. Our mighty armies poised to crush the Horse Lords and stretch the Empire to the ends of the earth. But we stopped. For now, even I see that there are limits to ambition, and overreaching those limits invites nothing but disaster. All praise the Emperor, for his wisdom is infinite. My lady, you have my deepest thanks for bringing this news to us. I shall inform the court immediately.
Our informant was correct. Gather the others. These traitors will be lucky if they live to see the wall.
You there, Lady 14 Flowers. The crowd loved it. Fantastic performance. You managed to hit every line perfectly.
At least we know you'll have something to fall back on if our other endeavors fail.
Our sponsor will be ecstatic that you worked his revisions in so effortlessly. It sounded a bit harsh, but I'm sure it will be fine. I believe I owe you an actor's fee. Enjoy. I'm glad you were here to fill in. We would have sunk faster than a bottomless boat without a solid Lady 14 Flowers on hand. Rather fun. Now I know you're not one of the guild actors. They're never positive about anything. Oh well, no harm done, I'm sure. The performance wouldn't have gone on without you, professional actor or not. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have things I must attend to.
Had your, moment, did you? You do you? I've been asking around, you know. I can't believe that performance. Disgraceful. Had you followed the original script, it would have been I know my own work, and I'd have let that performance slide had you flubbed only one of the important lines. But that was terrible. The worst part is that the commoners loved it. I'm sure it'll run for many turnings of the moon as their boorish faces laugh and laugh. It'll make vast amounts of silver, each coin falling like a weight upon my heart.
Out of sheer spite, the skirt.
That's why my men brought you to me. I wanted to finish this personally.
But
Don't even try to make this better. You should have won that fight, Zhang, but you suddenly developed that blind spot, didn't you? Did the glint of silver get in your eye?
Joe, honestly,
You needed something for to witness one?
Yes, I need to speak with you in private. It seems Warrior Zhang has decided to retire.
I'm finished here. If you're here to fight, do what they tell you. You couldn't see for yourself? I was just retired from the Imperial Arena. Guess my spot in the roster is yours if you want it. Go find Kui the promoter if you think you can fill my shoes. He's always upstairs in the third room over or so, and looking for new blood. I'm taking what I have left from my winnings and leaving.
You? What could you possibly want? You're not here to bet, are you? Betting's only open when there's a match on, and right now, I don't see hundreds of people screaming at me, so I can assume there's no match on. Right now, it doesn't. And don't ask how it works when a match is on. I'm not your teacher. Come to think of it, you look a bit strapping. Why not fight instead of talking to me? Kui the promoter's your man if you're interested. He'll be upstairs a few rooms around the circle. When Kui the promoter gets around to setting one up. Of course, he'll take one look at you and say, there's a new fish to throw into the ring. Good money if you fight for him, but that's your business and no care of mine. If you want to find Kui, he'll be upstairs, usually in the fighter's room. Good, you do that. Get before the matches start. Have to build it up so I don't...
Welcome! It's always good to see a new face at the counter. If you've got silver to spend, I'll be happy to help you out. I'm known as Thunderous Tauren, and you are my most honored customer right now, so you have all of my attention. You look like a warrior to my eye, probably not fit for the odds and sods the usual patrons might pick up. The man to see is named Kui the Promoter. He knows everything there is to know about this place. Might even be looking for a new body to fill out the roster. This could be your chance. If you're interested, he's usually up in his office, up and around to the back. Stop by again.
There are rumors flitting about the city that you seek the attentions of the executioners. These rumors come from the palace itself, leaving me intrigued. You are a novice with no standing in the arena. What makes you think you are of any interest to me? Then show it with your skills, not your mouth. Anyone can talk about their victories. I need people who let actions speak for them. If you were to knock Iron Soldier from his perch as Silver Division champion, I would be impressed. I will be here if you wish to petition me further, but I don't acknowledge anything less than the best. Return when you are worthy, and no sooner.
Remember Jing Wu back in Two Rivers? He talked of fighting in the Imperial Arena one day. He would have done well.
Ukir okir wo napiair ukir. Po wo the soso ya ukair otonoe. Otonae sada ukir kikir wosai ukair otonoe nisun pono. Sir Tsunkut. Sire Tatasi Parparir, ni uk kakawair, Sisuo, Wokawair. Sisayri Furk was Sire Napsan, Kir Uksayan. Sisayri Po was a Sosoai. Ukair Otonoe, Nisun.
Sokoanir, Sunsiir of Sair on Nikufunir, Aknatnir Sawir. Waftata si. Pay.
If you must know, I, Lustful Lao, conqueror of the female kingdom, was emanating my yang. It is but one of my many irresistible charms. You don't see my brimming knowledge of the 232 points of pleasure, as documented by Menshi Tsao, the salacious scholar? Or that I perform the stretches outlined in the writings of the now disbanded lascivious order of the abbotless monks every morning? If even these simple things are beyond your ken, sir, then Lustful Lao has no time to spare on you. You return once again to interrupt Lustful Lao, master of the Eye of Beckoning, lord of the billowing sheets? You, like all the others, seek to know my secrets. I will not share them. If you seek common knowledge, then you ask the wrong man. I would not deprive the fair ladies of this watering hole a moment of my attention. Ask one of the others.
If you want to order,
I was wondering if you'd wander over here to test your luck. It's hard to resist the rattling... Gambler Dowson's the name. I run the straightest dice in the Imperial City. I wouldn't want to feed my children with tarnished silver, would I? Good odds and fair play. A simple enough game called high-low. You predict how you'll catch on easily. That's what I was waiting to hear. So what'll it be? High it is. Let's... Not enough spin on the wrist to best my roll, it seems. What's it? You
This is my spot, and I'm not moving.
Whoa, back up a bit there. A good skull fracture for at least a week. It's put him in a foul mood. That's an insult to sick and twisted people everywhere. Fang's on a whole other level. I never used to believe the stories, but now that I'm working for him, I can honestly say he's the most degenerate and perverted man in the whole Empire. On, though I still feel bad for Breezes sometimes. Gentle Breezes. She's Fang's, concubine. She's over in the next room with the common folk. Fang doesn't like to be seen with her in public. He, doesn't mind her getting up close and personal when they're in private, though. The things she does for him. Not without an appointment. And his schedule's full for the next month. All the ministers are coming in from the outlying towns to make their reports. If he's not meeting with a minister, he's relaxing here, hoping to see somebody beaten to a quivering pulp in the ring, or maybe torn apart by one of the animals. Yeah, that or he's taking a break with Breezes. Poor girl. No amount of silver is worth what she does for him. Forget it. I won't go into details about what Fang did to the last guard he caught taking bribes, but restraints, starving dogs, and gravy on certain parts of the body were involved. Fang watched the whole thing, laughing all the while, and when it was done, he went upstairs with Breezes for a little relaxation. Poor girl. Good idea. Come back next month. Fang might be taking appointments by then.
I'm not open for business. Judge Fang's got me on his payroll, and he doesn't like me taking customers on the side. Unless you're into something twisted. New perversion to make his little soldier stand at attention. My name is Gentle Breezes, but everyone just calls me Breezes now. I guess you lose your gentle side when you spend too many nights with Judge Fang. Fang's my benefactor, if you know what I mean. I do all the things that make him happy. Filthy, nasty things, but at least that sick bastard pays well. Judge Fang's the head of the Ministry of Harmony. He's sitting in the next room with his guards, likes to come and watch the arena fights. The blood and the beatings in the ring get his fever burning for later. Sometimes that bastard takes it out on me. Other times he makes me take it out on him. He doesn't seem to care either way. There are few things more twisted than Judge Fang's idea of a fun night. I hate him. He's a vile, repulsive deviant. He likes to hurt. When things are bad, a man like that leaves scars, emotional and physical. Look, I've been around. I know people do strange and disturbing things behind locked doors. But nothing like this. There's no act too brutal or shameful for Judge Fang. He's into all sorts of things, and he's no stranger to pain. I know that all too well. I've thought about quitting. Every night. But I heard what happened to the last girl who tried to leave Fang. He's not the kind of man you just walk away from. He sees me as a possession. His possession. He's not just going to let me go. He's got the wealth and power to find me wherever I run. I'm stuck with Judge Fang until he's tired of me. I've come to accept that. It's a hard, grim fact, but at least he pays well. Go ahead.
Wuwuwir wakwakir fonir sisa ukopkipo kusu ukut. Kwanak apiyir, kwanaruk tatisir si. The kawa ir ap ofir wuwuwir wak fonui Riawar ir, wo swair sus. Utarawi ir, kupkitir sanir naur kurk. Kop awuka inir, wo afawafi ith. The kawa ir ap ofir wowowir wak fo. Utarawi ir, kupkitir sanir naur kurk, wo pan. Wuyo ir, naur ir kunurk nuka uk, kin pi. Wuyo ir, naur ir kunurk nuka uk, kin. Kop au.
Another pathetic gawker here to bask in the glory that is Iron Soldier, the Silver Division champion? What in all the Empire do you want? Oh, really? You find me And please, don't bother firing yourself up to challenge me out of... Things aren't done that way here. The guards stop all fighting unless it happens in the pit, or they want it to happen.
It must be hard working yourself into that foul a temper each day.
If you hate pretty much everyone, it's easy enough. Just leave me alone. I don't talk to spectators.
Hello there. I'm Han, though fans and, well, everyone else call me Hapless Han. It's not such a bad thing. Fighting in the lower divisions means I never run afoul of the Ravager. Our current champion has nearly killed his last two opponents. See, I look on the bright side of things. Even if my losses make people call me hapless, are numbers really that important? In my mind, it's trying your best that counts. You know, looking at you, I'd say you could hold your own in the arena. Are you thinking of signing up, or was there something else you need?
Intolerable. One more mistake, Kui, and I'll have you retired. Finding someone else is your problem.
But...
Enough! Find a solution and leave me alone.
This is not an approbate time to... Wait a moment. You have the look of a fighter about you. Those hands, that stance, even your eyes. I'd know that look anywhere. You must be here to join the most glorious contest in the Empire. Isn't it fortunate that Lucky Cho and I were just discussing how this place needs an M-fusion of new blood?
Master Li used to say that the arena was once the greatest contest in the Empire, but that it has been corrupted in recent years.
Come with me. About the best decision you'll ever make. This is turning out to be an excellent day, most ostentatious indeed. I apologize if I'm using words beyond your grasp. Very few people can match either the supply or the command of my language. Don't get flustered. Everything I say is perfectly cromulent, and it might do you well to embiggen your vocabulary before you fling accretions by discretion. Strong build, good shoulders, not half bad looking either. You've got what it takes to make it in today's arena. The question is, can you fight? Are you worthy of the arena? I say the answer is a clarion and resounding yes. I've heard that you were asking around and talking to some of our best and brightest. Your interest tells me all that I need to know about you. What say we get you signed up for the greatest attraction in all the Empire? The arena awaits. Here you fight for silver. Glory is value it. The rewards start small, but in the gold division, you could easily retire on your winnings. In fact, our last champion, Raging Ox, did just that. Suddenly up and left to enjoy his winnings, clearing the way for the Ravager to take his place. You'll start low and advance on my say-so, but I can already tell you're going to expel in this place. You'll not languish in the qualifiers for long. You will face the flashing blade of Crimson Kana, the stern resolve of Iron Soldier, and the, troublesome triumvirate of the Sung Brothers. If you defeat these veterans, you will face the Ravager, our newest... Do you have any idea how much paperwork I have to do when a contestant of the Empire's finest tournament dies? Wards and spells have protected fighters in this place since its construction. It's been easily 20 years since they failed. I'm no sure, but I suppose it could happen. Still, any magically inclined person would notice something like that. Even if someone removed them, the protections would reweave themselves automatically in time. They've done so before. That's the spirit of the thing. Now, what name precedes you in your travels? I've heard that one before. Have you any idea how many board students peramputate down here from the Scholar's Garden? Think of something that would sound engaging, ringing down from the rafters. That's how we'll bill you. Raging Dragon, huh? Sounds fast and powerful. I like it. Then that is what you shall have. Come and tell me when you're ready for a fight, and I'll get you started. Since you're new, you'll start in the qualifying rounds. The money's small at that level, but it's there. One other thing, you should talk to the other fighters now and then. They will be watching you, and you should get to know them as well.
We're all one big happy family.
You're a big, happy idiot, Han.
As you can see, they always have something to say. Han isn't a champion exactly, but he's solid enough that all fighters must beat him before they can leave the qualifiers. I like hapless Han personally. He never quits trying. Reminds me of a young me trying to clamber my way up from the streets. He'll go far, you rest assured. I must say, I'm disappointed. You're ready to start your career, but you walk away. Insuspicious beginnings, my friend.
Fascinating. How very interesting to meet you. Fate may have robbed me of my sight at a young age, but I can still sense the energy within your meridians. Impressive, and yet somewhat strange. Miraculous? There are no miracles in acupuncture. It is a science, tested and refined for thousands of years. Bah, miracles are for the heavens. Allow me a formal introduction. I am Dr. An, acupuncturist.
I think I've read a treatise of hers on the healing arts. It was one of the few we had in Two Rivers. It was brilliant. It is an honor to meet you, ma'am.
Such a beautiful voice, and combined with a quick mind. I'd hold on to her if I were you. Of course, have a look.
I want to hear what. First match will start you off against a mighty ogre. I'll be watching your style closely to see how you fare. Impress me, and I'll take you to the top. Even our great champions start out against the ogre. Take Raging Ox, who danced around the beast singing drunkenly to earn the crowd's favor, or the Ravager. Explain the system we use here. I like to keep things simple and organized. Any other way, and things get more convoluted than the celestial court on the Emperor's birthday. When you're ready for your match, ask me about it, and I'll give you a quick summary of your opponent. I'll be setting up your matches, of course. Various enchantments woven in this place keep the fights from being deadly, but they're no less real. You'll feel the pain if you don't keep your defense up. Are you ready to get started? Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
A new warrior does battle with the Beast.
That was an impressive beginning. Normally, I'd have started you off against something easier.
Beating the ogre's nothing special. I could have done better bound and blinded.
Sometimes you don't even need to ask. One fight does not make a champion, though. There are many more opponents ahead of you. Let's move on, shall we? Since you held your own against the ogre brute last time, I'm going to try something exciting for the crowd. I've got 4 boys from some school west of the city who've been bothering me for some tougher matches. I'm giving you all of them at once. It'll wow the crowd and teach them a lesson at the same time. Remember to watch your sides and back. Are you ready to get started? Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Four students test their skills against one master.
Those boys won't be back anytime soon. Losing as a group to one opponent would shame a peasant, let alone a student of the martial arts. The crowd's starting to catch on to you. Have you noticed? Now I'm going to make sure they pay attention. I'm going to have a roughly hewn statue hauled into the ring. I want you to disconstructulate it. Destroy the statue quickly enough, and I'll give you a shot at hapless Han. For your next match.
Unyielding stone meets the press of time.
Excellent work. You have bested time itself in destroying that statue. No mean feat, I assure you. I think you're ready to face hapless Han. Show me you're ready for the big time, and I'll make sure you don't have to dance with the children anymore. Are you ready to get started? Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
A chance to leave the qualifying division as Raging Dragon faces Hapless Hand.
You dealt with Han very well. I knew you would. All of our professional fighters move past him eventually.
Kui, that will be enough. I bring you a message from my employer, Kai Lan the Serpent. He is impressed with how far you have come in such a short while. The Serpent wants you to know that he is watching your progress very closely. He is most interested to see how you fare in the Bronze Division. Kui, you may breathe again. That is all I had to say.
Well, that was good, I think. He has a distinct interest in the proceedings here. He is the next champion, you see. He retired some time ago, even before Raging Ox, who was the champion before the Ravager. Kai Lan couldn't leave the arena. Very important man here with the help of a group called the Guild. The Guild is the organization. Between us, the Guild is also involved in more ill right now. You are strong, but they are men.
Learn how to make wine that didn't taste like goat piss.
Black Whirlwind, that is you. Are you back to...
No, just here visiting and making sure nothing happens to your newest fighter.
So you won't be...
Leave it alone, Kui. You know better than to... promoter, and I'll mind mine.
You travel in curious company. Regardless, when you're ready, come talk to me again and we'll discuss your next match. I know him, yes, but I know better than to contravigate his wishes. What? Now that you have qualified for the Bronze Division, I want the very abacuses of heaven to rattle with the name Raging Dragon. So I've prepared something memorable. The guards rounded up a group of subhuman things around the Great Southern Forest. We're going to release them into the ring in groups for you. Are you... Excellent.
These monsters crave the flesh of man.
That was a good start to the Bronze Division. Those beasts are far stronger than they look. Next, you're going to step into what we call the Pit of Pain. It's not the most original name, I'll admit, but that's... The arena floor will be set up with ancient magical devices. They will attempt to fry you to a crisp, much to the crowd's delight. Your job is to stay on your feet for the course of the match while they fling deadly projectiles your way. I'd suggest dodging, but... Excellent.
The Pit of Pain. Only the quick survive its fiery embrace.
Fantastic! A test of speed passed with exceptional celery. Now
Your sudden and polite silences are always appreciated, Kui. I have a message for Raging Dragon. Kailan the Serpent has, as promised, been watching you intently. You have impressed him so far, and he is interested to see how you fare in your next match. The Serpent foresees your victory in the next match, and he has backed his prediction with silver. He sincerely hopes that his faith in your skills was not misplaced. That is all. If you will excuse me, I have some people who need to be spoken to.
Ha! Well, I'm certain that won't be a problem for you. Not you too much, of course. It's all part of the traditions of the arena, you see. I have word that you're going to be facing a fighter specially chosen from the guild, you see. As soon as you're ready, you'll be facing him instead of a normal match. I was originally thinking that you'd done what... The guild's the organization that controls the betting here. That's not all, though. Kailan the Serpent has a lot of influence here as well. I have to bow to certain pressures. I don't like it that much, but smart men don't voice that opinion too loudly. Not around here. I'm certain... Are you... Excellent.
Many of you are asking yourselves why the Serpent would return to the ring. Am I not retired? Yes! But does that mean I do not care about your entertainment? No! You've all seen the fury and the intense focus of Raging Dragon in the ring. Now, it's time to put these abilities to the test. And so, the Serpent gives you a real spectacle. Have your silver handy to place your wagers. I give you Evil and Terror incarnate.
That was an exceptional fight. I haven't seen demons in the ring before. I understand your concerns. We wanted to test the demon against an I'm convinced that you deserve... That reminds me, I was asked to... I understand, and it is never my intent to... Go, speak with him now.
Well, there's nothing for you to do here.
Aren't you a sight? I am Happy Endings' famed courtesan, and it is a pleasure to greet you. Especially such a fine figure of a man. So many men are made soft by city life.
She's practically undressing you with her eyes. How lewd.
I would love to chat with you and learn more about you, but alas, I can't. I'm on exclusive retainer with the proprietor of this place, and he does get so jealous. Farewell, gorgeous.
I don't know you, but you're in here, so I know you're not common street trash. I hope... You're not half bad for a man. You're in my good books as long as you have the silver to stay. Sweet Poison Lynn's mine. Magical.
Before you face Kana, I'd like to turn down an invitation. Fortunately for you, my employer, Kailan the Serpent, has a vested interest in your success against Kana. This is Sweet Poison Lynn, a master of the Toxicant arts. Lynn, this is Raging Dragon, the fighter we discussed.
Your introductions are unnecessary, Cho. I know this one personally. I trust you'll...
Not even if it offers... Crimson Kana's rise to Brown's division champ. She believes that the Serpent runs the arena with little concern for... The Serpent and I believe that Kana...
It should be a simple matter to slip a slow-acting but extremely deadly poison into Kana.
She will be dealt with regardless. Why not benefit from our action?
When Cho approached me regarding this matter, I felt that it might be in the best interests of the Greater Guild.
If you accept, the Guild will cover half of Lynn's usual fee. The remaining cost would be roughly half of... If that is your choice, then so. I strongly advise you not to bring...
It might not be wise to run to the officials with this, but surely...
Our business is...
Tawir nistu kuiruk. Ayer fun. Soy wafun. Wonisir wir. Soyer uyufwis patui. Uxayer kun kakno aku kwawir fuisir aku fagita. Uxayer caritas funir sisayer ir furk tatasir, ir karano sakupono. Uxier watuafu niye froto. Wonawiri fuiro tarir noka sisayer na workurk tanti. Aka wo nawir sawir sonsi noka uk napir. Narawir. Wo sayer pinir.
Many people try to break into the Bronze Division and fail.
You deserve it.
Crimson Kana is the champion of this round. Until the guild stepped in, I was ready to give you an attempt at the Bronze Division for your last match. Are you ready? Excellent.
A challenger for the Bronze Division, Crimson Kana must fend off Raging Dragon.
Dire Flame.
Kana's winning streak. I don't know if you've heard, but Kana has proclaimed that the first fighter who extriciates...
Wo sayer pinir so.
Come now. The arena works on a strictly regenerated... I'm sorry. Now that you are champion of the... A demon has... This is...
Wo. Ukwiro ni sayer tatasi yeruyu. Sata kwa wir ni wo sawir sawa wira suir cook. Wo sawayer noka ukrapo ni ahawafa son. Wo ifuir uk sunurk danowe na waf tatasi yeruk. On we pifir. Wono wiri fuir uk tarir noka sisayer na workurk tanti yer. Wo sayer pinir so kart ayawier. Tier.
The Browns... What?
Will the demon rend flesh from bone, or will a lone warrior prove stronger?
Another Demon Falls! We shall have to add a new division for you alone if this keeps up. Kylon the Serpent wishes to speak with you. You have already been granted access to the back room of the arena and the Serpent's private... Oh, and one other thing. The Serpent has requested that you visitate...
We should have told you that,
I'll wait out front with the...
It is vital that we talk a moment. You handled yourself well against the demonic servitor. It was a rewarding experience for us both, I'm sure. Take this as my thanks. You are a young man, but I know you have the wisdom to see that my friendship has advantages. You may find that certain opportunities, mutually rewarding arrangements between us, indeed. Of course, every match you face in the arena has you working for me, whether you realize it or not. Right now is an interesting time for an organization known as the Guild. I've no doubt that Qui has told... Our organization is involved in many different activities, most of which operate below the view of the authorities of this great empire. Each other names, aren't we? The Guild, you see, has recently developed a vacancy in its upper echelons. A man by the name of Gao the Greater has been killed, and with his death, a new leader must be chosen. I intend to replace him in that role, and I need good people to back me. Did you? An interesting claim. And one I'm not sure I believe. You don't match the description we have of the killer, but then the descriptions are fairly tenuous. If you are the one who killed Gao, then I owe you a favor. Consider my reluctance to turn you into the Lotus in full. There is the matter, however, of your friend, Whirlwind. That he was one of the fighters here and that he left the arena. But do you know why? How perceptive of you. Whirlwind's past is certainly a colorful one. Public displays of rage and drunkenness, uttered threats of murder, excessive violence, property damage, and I believe several charges of defecating in public. If you trust him, you are a fool. The Black Whirlwind is an impressive fighter, but he is better avoided than confronted. We couldn't let him fight as he was, so he left. His brother, Raging Ox, wisely stayed here and went on to become champion. You could reach that point yourself. Possibility. To become champion yourself, you will need my support. That means you and I will work together closely. My young friend. I would hate to see your career stagnate. You see... What is that noise?
Hey, you can't...
Ah!
Damn you, Serpent! I'll kill you where you stand!
No, you won't, Whirlwind. Just like last time, you will leave. I can see that this polite discussion has concluded, as so many do, in your odorous presence. We may talk again. Perhaps.
We're leaving now. You and I have to talk. Alone. It's important. Look, you can't trust Kylon. I know he was probably offering you the world, or maybe all the wine in it if he were really crafty, but...
You didn't honestly think you were going to slip down here after that little display, did you?
Step back, Joe. For once in my life, I've got something important to tell someone.
You have nothing important to say, you lummox. You've embarrassed Kylon the Serpent, and I'm going to make sure you never get a chance to repeat your performance.
I've been waiting for this. Time to cut off the Serpent's tail!
Paralyzing Paw! Paralyzing Paw! You will fall now! Wait, Wait, Paralyzing Paw! Wait, you will be crushed! Paralyzing Paw! Wait,
He fought like a monster for a little guy. Good point, but he was particularly plucky. It's nice when they stick around longer so you can practice your moves. Not the first time I've gone up against one of Kylon's thugs, you know. Not at all. That's unfair. These axes don't sharpen themselves, you know. Remember I told you I used to fight in the arena? Well, I was the best there was. Then my brother came to the city and decided he'd join the arena too. The arena was about the same as it is now. Kui and Kylon were there and Lucky Cho too, but he was just a runt back then. Some things are best kept a secret, and I tried to warn you. This is the last time, I promise. My brother became the arena champion, the Raging Ox. They said he retired, but he didn't retire. He was killed. I should know. I'm the one who killed him. I've killed hundreds, thousands of men. Death has no hold over me. Even my brother's death. Raging Ox was one of Kylon's men. Well, he wasn't always. Kylon approached me first. And when I turned him down, he went to my brother instead. When Ox joined up with Kylon, I stopped getting good matches. Ox was fighting his way to becoming champion, and doing a little work for the guild on the side. He was so cocksure and wouldn't listen to his older brother. Once he fell in with Kylon, he stopped talking to me. Kylon's enforcer and carried out his bidding. He'd skulk around in robe so no one would know the arena champion was a common thug. One night I followed Ox back to Kylon's. I was drunk and I was mad. I just wanted to tell Ox how dangerous Kylon was, convince him to leave. But Kylon was there. He tried to interfere. I attacked him, and Ox tried to stop me. When it was over, Ox was dead, and my axe was covered in his blood. Kylon just stood there, smiling. I would have killed him if I wasn't so stunned. After that, I left. For the first time in my life, I ran. I ran, and then I drank myself into a stupor that lasted for half a year. You do what you have to in the arena. Lucky Cho's death just put you on the Serpent's wanted list. I'd really like to see Kylon's face if you become arena champion. Of course, I'd rather just kill him. Come on, let's go.
What? This next fight should be fairly simple for you. These are tougher than the students you faced before. Are you? Excellent.
We found him just like this.
You did?
3 Reach, the old stableman, found him. He kept everyone else out.
We can trust him. What about Cho? Do we know who's responsible?
Last I saw of him, he was following Raging Dragon.
He fights next, doesn't he? Replace the men slated for that match with our own, and ensure that their blades are coated with extract. Ancient magic of this place could not neutralize that poison.
It will be done. What about Lucky Cho? There are hundreds of people here to see the new fighter. We can't carry the body out of here.
Then we don't. You must always use the resources available to you.
Flashing blades and deadly grace.
I do not know who those men were. The fighters I picked for you to face were not guild men, and they certainly lacked poison-coated blades. Those men were Kailan's, not mine. I keep myself as far away from that end of things as I can. You have to believe that I look out for my fighters. Just before you came up here, I received word from one of the guild men from outside the arena. They send their apologies. I believe they feel Kailan's actions were not appropriated to the situation. You shouldn't have to fear assassins again, not after that message. You are not hearing this from me, but tensions have risen between the Serpent and the Guild itself. He's making a bid for control, and some factions are quite upset. You may feel caught in the middle, but the weather sages say the eye of the storm is the safest place. We've had a request from the Imperial Army. They want one of our best to help them. I've decided to put you up against them. Excellent.
The Imperial Army honors us with a most unique trial.
lightsabers.
I knew you could defeat those things. The Imperial Army's telling me they figured out some way to improve upon the design, thanks to you. I say stick to traditional soldiers. Sagacious Tien needed no machines to build the Empire. I rushed out notification of this match, and we've had the Outcriers shouting themselves hoarse. I hear many know. It's rare that the Silver Division rests balanced against a single victory on the scales of combat, you know. But you, Raging Dragon, are what truly draws them in. Will you face Soldier in a... Excellent.
Iron Soldier has faced all comers, but how will the Silver Champion fare against Raging Dragon?
Wait.
Soldier is a worthy opponent. I hope you understand how many warriors have tried. From here, your battles will be even harder. A test. Impress the crowd. Surely this was a... I know you feel like a rising star, but your reward... Now, your first match will be a rare challenge. There is a style that was banned from the tournament, Combat 5. I do not believe in... You may see this style is not fair for single combat, but it is a fair test of a Master Warrior's... Excellent!
The Phoenix Unity is among the rarest of styles. No one person has defeated it. Yet.
Legends say that the Phoenix Unity style was banned from tournaments because it was unbeatable. But I've never put much stock in legends. That was exactly how I wanted your Gold Division matches to start. You need the people on your side before you can face the Ravager. I was going to do something different, but I've had a request from the Sung Brothers. They said that there's been an affluence of the fates and a reemergence of the planets. I'm not quite sure what that means, but if they want to face you, then I have to honor their request. I require that any fighter who wishes to face the well, at least not before the gong stops ringing, at any rate. Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you...
Speed, might, and magic will be needed to defeat these brothers three.
I'm exceptionally skilled. I thought no one could impass them, but you have. Defeating their combinated might has impressed the crowd immensely. You pull in the egregious crowd. Now, I want to give you a shot at the championship. I'm going to hold an event so huge that it will rock the reaches of the... You will be a man alone against a rushing wave of opponents, great and small. You must stand against them all, and when you do, you're...
Time to take you down a peg.
I think it's going to be a fun challenge. You might even survive if you pace yourself.
You will be facing all the... Are you ready for me? Excellent.
The Hapless Hand.
Paralyzing White Demon.
What is the
You have just emerged the victor from a multitudinous concretion of raw fighting talent. Amazing! The crowd loves you, and you have proven yourself enough in my eyes. No other fighter stands a chance against the Ravager. But you must think of your safety. The Ravager strikes with such power that even the wards of this arena... Your match could end in death. It almost happened when Sung Bu faced him alone, and he was the last. The Ravager grows more fierce with each fight, as if time were making him stronger. If you face him, we may not be able to end the match in time. It is that... Excellent!
This fight will not happen. This fighter is not worthy of facing a true Imperial champion. The Ravager will not waste time with one so new to the ring. One must face the test of time to even challenge the Imperial champion. Good people, I do this for you. Would you have an unproven whelp as your champion? Silence! You have spoken, and I have heard. Your will be done. I give you the Ravager!
Paralyzing fall. White demon. Paralyzing fall. Paralyzing fall. White demon. Paralyzing fall. Paralyzing fall.
Your brother was a useful tool. After you cut him down while he defended me, I decided it would be too much bother to let him go. In the process, fratricide. And so the rap... perfect, unquestioning enforcer of my will, and I owe it all to you, Whirlwind.
I should kill you here and now, but first...
You have done nothing. I still took your brother.
And I took him back and repaid the
This is my arena. I invoke the right of challenge. As an ex-champion, I will return and stake my claim upon this place. Tradition supports my right to this.
Challenge hasn't been used in hundreds of years.
Very well. You need not accept the precedents and traditions that make this empire great, Kui. Instead, accept that my men will kill you if you dare contradict me again. So, Stripling, what do you say? Are you prepared to suffer at my...
No, you are not, champ. All you are, but allow me to accept his challenge on your behalf, Master. I will...
Never.
Are you certain, Master? When you put it that way, I suppose it makes...
I look forward to squeezing the last breath. Unless you're smart enough to know when you're beaten.
This has all gone horribly wrong. I have had a dead retired ex-fighter in a mask for a champion all this time. Do you know how many rules and regulations that breaks? It's a mockery of the entire arena, and Kai Lan and his thugs are to blame. But you can stop him. I need you to see this through to the end. I need that man stopped before he destroys 1,000 years of gratification. Times for this institution. Kai Lan is waiting. He is ready when you are. Are you ready to get started? Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
The Serpent returns, and the contest will be decided here and...
White Demon. die screaming! Serena!
Paralyzing palm. White demon. Paralyzing palm.